What's up, guys? Vets Couch again. Here, like 10 minutes later. Same glare, same iPhone, same shitty quality that we bring to you every now and again. Julio and Ty coming at you. Today we're talking about why we chose to be corpsmen. So, Ty, get it started.
All right, yeah. So the meat and potatoes of why I personally became a corpsman. I knew I wasn't going to college. Well, I applied for college. It was a little too expensive than what my family could afford. So immediately went to the Navy recruiter's office, and I knew I wanted to be a corpsman only because my mother's father, my grandfather, had been a corpsman on Guadalcanal, and so I did feel some sort of deep reverence to that rate specifically, and to its adherence to its Marines, and how it's the one rating where you are a Navy corpsman, but you are considered a Marine, and like that's what I experienced. So that's why I became a corpsman. I think you know what I mean. I knew it was the one thing that was going to give me pride, respect, and sort of that lifestyle I was looking for. I truly yearned for that discipline, and which I didn't really receive before I joined. So that's why. I mean, there's so many other reasons why to become a corpsman. Those are just my personal reasons. What about you, brother?
Well, Julie over here, colorblind, and whatever. So I didn't have a lot of options coming in. I know my recruiter told me about it, and I remember I just called up the recruiter one day. I was like, "We'll see what he has to say." I pretty much answered all his questions, and he was like, "Well, you sound like a great candidate." A couple days later, took the test. They're like, "Well, since you're colorblind, you can only be a corpsman or like a couple shitty submarine jobs." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'll be a corpsman."
I wasn't even offered corpsman when I went to MEPS.
Yeah, dude. No. I was offered like submarine logistics or like submarine like culinary specialist. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll be a corpsman. And honestly, it sounded awesome. It sounded like the bee's knees. And I was like, dude, cool, medical, everybody wants to do that. Now that I'm out, not so much. I don't hate it, I don't like it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I became a corpsman.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely love it. Like, now looking back, like I would not want like any other rate. Like I've learned so much, done so much, and pretty much got to be the tip of the spear.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
With an infantry battalion.
That's the biggest takeaway, I think, is like as a corpsman, especially in our our history. You know what I mean, like we were corpsmen in an infantry battalion, which to be a corpsman in a grump, you can be a corpsman in any platform you fucking want to be. Until you're a corpsman in an infantry battalion, you are not what a corpsman was meant to be. I'm sorry. You can sit there and debate us all you fucking want to, but we agree, like, that's what a corpsman is meant to be, and that's what we lived. And I think that's our biggest takeaway is, like, why we're so proud and why we talk shit on the rest of the Navy and other rates and even Pogue Marines is like...
Marines, yeah.
Yeah, like...
And Marines.
Yeah, and Marines, like, you can fucking say whatever the fuck you want to us, dude, but, like, our Marines know us. Like, we can fucking man a 240 and a 50 and do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. Like, at the end of the day, we were
squad tactics.
Yeah, dude, squad. Yeah, locate, close with, and destroy.
Yeah.
That's the reason we became corpsmen. Like I said, there's so many other reasons. Like, we both wanted lucrative jobs on the outside. We were both 18. We were smart enough to know the difference between being a cook on a ship and being a corpsman, but that wasn't the reason why. We joined because at the end of the day, let's be honest, we became corpsmen because we were patriots.
Yeah.
I knew that I wasn't going to be a doctor, but what I did know was that I'm going to have the opportunity to serve in austere environments with men who thought like I did and who would take a bullet for me, and I would take a bullet for them and give bullets for them, you know what I mean? And I feel like you kind of feel the same way. What about that?
Yeah, it's like a witch doctor, hashtag fake doctor, is what I said. I'm pretty much like done being a fake doctor, but it is honestly like one of the better experiences, like one of the best experiences, if not like you could probably have in the Navy, if not like the military, probably close to like a whiskey, a combat medic, and whatever the Air Force has, whatever you guys have. But like honestly, didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Got to my first command. I was stationed in Fort Sam, so like 2.5, 3 years. I did nothing but like sat behind a desk, did like PT tests and whatnot. And then all the guys that were coming there were combat vets. So naturally, I was like, dude, I want to go division. I want to go to war like they did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Afghanistan and whatnot. Obviously joined a little too late, which is cool. So never actually got to do anything crazy other than like a 31st Mu, TBH, to be honest. So, but still, like the pride they had, just from being a corpsman,
It was different.
And dude, it's unreal.
Exactly.
And like the respect you get, and the stuff you learn, and the stuff you get to do, and everything that comes with being like a greenside corpsman, like an infantry, like with a battalion.
It's like its own community outside of the Navy.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's honestly awesome compared to, you know, if you're with like the wing, or if you're with logistics battalion students they call. I mean, in part of being an infantry battalion, like we got to do sick call, gun, and pretty much everything in between.
Yeah, blow shit up.
It's
you blow shit up, you gun, you do fucking everything.
Like it definitely did suck at times, but like now looking back at it, obviously, you know, you look back and you're like, man, that was probably some of like the best times.
Oh, 100%.
Like as cheesy as it sounds.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that just like piggybacks on like the fact that like those dudes who, you know, we served with, those Marines, like those O3s are probably the dudes I trust, besides you obviously, in the Corps we served with. Like those are the dudes like I trust the most.
Yeah.
Like those dudes, like if I killed somebody, they would bury a body for me, and like vice versa. Like realistically,
that's
you know
what.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Like,
yeah.
and there was no other rate in the Navy. And we get the question all the time, like, what's the best rate to join? We say corpsman only because like we're kind of like the redheaded stepchildren of the Navy. You know, the Navy doesn't want us because we identify as Marines. The Marines, they love us, but you know what I mean. They don't really trust us because we're Navy guys. You know, we grow our hair long and we don't really give a fuck what they say. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword to an extent. You learn a lot. You learn more than you'll ever learn. You will get more credits, I will say. You get a ton of credits from the military when you decide to go to school when you get out. That's probably one of the biggest factors why you should become a corpsman. But that's not the biggest factor.
Yeah, once you'll get if you go greenside, you'll go to field med, and then you might go to CTM if you're lucky, and then other courses, and then there's transcripts that translate to like military or civilian lingo.
Mm-hmm.
And if the school takes it, then it's awesome. Like you get anatomy knocked out and terminology and all that stuff. So you definitely learn a lot, and you get a lot of credits for school. And also, like you can just get hired on to some places. Just you know, on your resume, like just I was a corpsman. You know, I did this. I did patient care.
Yeah, people, especially if you're applying in Southern California or North Carolina, where Marines are relevant, you will get hired on it as just being a corpsman. It is that meaningful. I would say it's just as meaningful as having a family that is a greenside corpsman is as meaningful as having a family member that went to a private university.
Okay, yeah. That's reaching a little bit.
I don't think it's reaching. I really don't think it's a pride thing. It's a pride thing.
It is, and people do like you got a response like super stoked. You know, you're a corpsman and we're getting a corpsman applying.
Exactly.
But you know, blah blah blah, whatever. There's other candidates, blah blah blah. But definitely like held to a higher standard. And
yeah, that's the thing. You're held to a higher standard than the rest of the Navy, and you're expected to be a Marine. When you as a corpsman, if you decide to become a corpsman, whoever you are, when you get to division, when you get to your battalion, your platoon, you'll be held to such a higher standard. It'll be like nothing you've ever experienced in your life.
Yeah, and if you don't want to go to infantry, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you don't want to be a corpsman, you want to go to the air wing, or like a med battalion, or like logistics.
You don't want to be the bee's
fuck
knees?
are you doing?
Go
home. I'm sorry, like
it sucks.
It sucks. Yeah, we were there. It sucks, but it is so fucking worth it. It is so worth it.
Truly,
it's just so fucking worth it. But anyway, guys, that's one of the most posed questions we had at us. Why to become a corpsman versus anything else? And so us being only corpsmen, we decided to give you that that little bit of tidbits of information.
Yeah, cold hard truth for me, it was like I had very few options, and that's what I got, which in turn was awesome. I definitely looked at it, and it turned into an awesome experience. Learned a lot, like about everything, and made me into a better person in general.
For me, family values, tradition. I knew I wanted a fucking gun. Something I dreamt of doing, but I knew I wanted to do it in the corpsman position. Get a little bit more respect, a little bit more leeway, grow my hair a little bit longer. At the end of the day, it's up to you guys, but this is something we've been meaning to answer for a while. We've given a lot of questions about this, so Julio, if you want to close this out, brother. Anything else?
Thanks for watching. If you even watched, if you listen to us, you listen to us. If you didn't, cool, but if you have any questions, for sure, drop them. DM them, whatever, we'll figure it out. If you have questions, let us know. We'll gladly answer them. Peace.